This is a good one. Love-hate relationship with mentors, specifically Gallagher.
Oh, wow. Lovely. God, now this could go for days on
Please.
this one.
Who were your mentor? My mentor means, to me, that means like connected and they give you advice.
Well, Gallagher would be a big mentor.
When did that, how did that start?
The weird thing with this, with the mentoring thing, and I do a whole bit in the show about it now, is it's kind of a double-sided mentorship thing. So when I first met him, I was 13 or 12, and I wrote a joke for him.
I'm picturing you both at a rummage sale going
yeah,
through
well, you know, this was
props.
actually a verbal joke, and he was I said, I have a joke for you, and he said, what's the joke? And I said, because he was standing by this door, it said, this door must remain. Now, this is, you know, I'm 12. This is a long time ago. So this door must remain closed at all times. He was standing by his stage door. And I said, why do they have a door? They should not even have a door if it has to remain closed at all times. And he said, that's funny. And that night he went up on stage and he did it. And he says, where's Scott? Scott wrote that. And I was like, you know, I was 12 years old.
What were you doing there?
My neighbor was managing him. And said, you want to go to a comedy show?
In Florida?
Yeah.
And Gallagher's not very big at this point, or he's pretty big?
He was pretty big, but he was playing a surf expo, but it was probably 3,000 people. But I don't think he was getting there. He already had specials on Showtime. And so he liked me. And then the manager, you know, then 14 years old, 15, then I would.
Did it get a laugh, by the way?
Oh, yeah. And then I started writing more and more things for him. Then he started asking me about I said I wrote a joke too. I was thinking about do it for myself. He says, do it for yourself. You doing comedy?
You're 12.
I said, I was 15 now. So I said, I think I want to be a comedian. So I started, writing my acts. So he asked me what my jokes were. And so I told him one. Then, I would hang out with him more often. And then all of a sudden I was on the road with him.
So the 12-year-old joke works.
Yeah.
Then you tell him when you're 15, you tell him a joke.
I tell him a couple more jokes.
Did he take it?
Yeah. And then I gave.
Did you give it to him? Or did he take
no, he
it?
took that. I gave. Then the one I wanted to keep myself because I said, "This is my." He said, give me your joke?" And I had two. I said, one was they say Visine. It was a prop. I said, they say Visine gets the red out, and I would put it in my hair.
Right.
And he said, that's great. And I said, then I'd do it to my crotch. And he says, you got two jokes. And I tell that joke in my story in my show tonight and the biggest laugh comes when he says, all you need is one joke, kid. And I said, well, I got the, Visine gets the red out. And he goes, that's great. And then I said, then I put it down here and he goes, you got two jokes. And it gets the biggest laugh because it's true. I had two jokes. And so then this is where it gets weird. So I start doing comedy in college.
This is the late 80s, early 90s.
80s.
Yep.
And I go to Gallagher's show in Tampa, or not Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, and I go backstage. And now he's big. He's playing the Sunrise.
You can just say Florida.
Musical
just
theater.
Say Florida.
Just say Florida.
We'll all fill it in.
Florida. So I go. I do the thing. He's backstage. Now this is when he's huge. It's like 5,000, 6,000 seat theater, and he's the real deal. And he's backstage, and he's going. How's the comedy thing going? I said, it's good. I had a show last night. He says, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm doing this. I did the Visine one. I said, it's just a dumb one. Then I had the other one. So I said,
you're a headliner at this point?
No, I'm just doing open mics and opening. Not even maybe middling. And so then all of a sudden years go by and I was in LA and I run into him somewhere. And then I said, hey, I'm doing comedy at these clubs, and he's like, oh, wow. And then I'm on the Tonight Show, and I call the manager, and I say, hey, I'm on the Tonight Show tonight. And he's like, we're on what show tonight? I said, I'm on the Tonight Show tonight. Tell Gallagher to watch it. And he's like everyone was like, how the fuck did you get on the Tonight Show? Including myself, seriously. Like everyone, even the people that booked me, like how the fuck did
Jay Leno when he's reading the teleprompter?
Fucking carrots? How did this happen? So I killed. It was my first thing, and I come out. I look like the Wendy's girl or whatever freaking joke I did. And Gallagher, of course, I killed. I'm thinking I'm going to get great news back from Gallagher, and he was, not happy, I guess, because I kind of, I wasn't doing his act. I was just doing comedy. I was doing my own thing, but he was just like, how the fuck did this kid become, he was mad. At one point he did say, yeah, I was a little fucking jealous, but it was like, but you don't be jealous. I'm not doing your act, but I'm doing my own act, but I'm just doing comedy. He was mad that I even got into comedy. So then it went on and on and on for years. And then he really didn't like me, and he thought that I was doing his act. And so he got his brother Gallagher Too. You probably know the story if you don't know.
I don't know the story. I want to inform the audience. So Gallagher was a
his brother,
famous.
I have my own camera.
You have your own, Scott, please.
I want to
no. Get the fuck out of there. Gallagher, famous comic, would smash watermelon. We did a sketch.
We have to go back to. They don't even know that part.
We did. Who knows what people know?
Oh,
and then at a certain point,
your audience has to be savvy on this. Gallagher,
he retired. And then he sold his act to his brother?
No, he didn't retire yet. No.
Okay.
I'll let you fill in this. So he did not retire. Gallagher was still kicking ass. In fact,
then there was a guy named, his brother went on the road as Gallagher Too.
Like Too.
Which is insane.
Not two, like two.
Also. Yes.
So, well, it's important. No, it's important to note that, because if the advertisement would say, Dice Clay and Gallagher Too, and they would think, and Gallagher as well. So people didn't know. So what happened?
And his brother stole from him or no?
No, did not steal. He gave his act to his brother.
Oh, so he did give it to him.
He did. He gave.
So he was doing it, and he would let his brother do it.
Yes, because I was doing. If I'm in Seattle and Gallagher, the original Gallagher's in Ohio, they needed another Gallagher to be over near to compete against the. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So he.
Basically, allegedly
hired.
No, he allegedly. No, he didn't allegedly hire. He hired his brother. I'm saying about me,
right? And Gallagher Too kept having gigs near you.
No, not all the time, but often enough where we're like, he's trying to compete to put me out.
So he would.
And I brought that up to Gallagher. I brought it to original Gallagher, and then Gallagher said, "Well, you know how that ended with my brother." I said, "I know, but when it was happening." He said,
he opened a Gallagher franchise across the street from a local Carrot Top franchise.
No,
that's what it sounds like.
But
and you confronted him on it
after the fact. I did after it was all said and done when he sued him. Once they were done, and they had the guy couldn't do Gallagher anyway. Now here's the interesting part. So the brother Too gets a gig on New Year's Eve in Detroit at the Meadowbrook Music Fair, or whatever it's called.
1,500 seats?
Something. Gallagher, the real Gallagher, calls and tries to get booked in somewhere near Detroit. And it's just the Detroit Theater, or one of those theaters. And they said, "Oh, we already have Gallagher." No, this is not a joke. Seriously, you want to see? You want to laugh?
This is like This is like the end of the Prestige, where there's two Gallaghers.
And I swear to God, though, you can't make this up. So Gallagher, of course, the real loses his fucking mind and says, "Well, I book me and cancel the other Gallagher." And he said, "We can't cancel the other Gallagher. We already have Gallagher." And he's like, "No, you're not listening to me. So anyway, that's when he lost his mind. Told his brother to quit, and his brother says no. So Gallagher said, "Well, I'm suing you." So he took him to court, and it all ended. But it's the most bizarre story in the world. Yeah.
And
wait till Carrot Top 2 comes around next summer.
I mean, and Gallagher 3 was the
Gallagher
judge.
3.
That's what's so
my
crazy.
joke used to be Gallagher 2, audience nothing. That was my joke.
Okay. Did you explain to him like, "Hey, man, I didn't love that. I wrote you a joke when I'm 12. Do you not think, hey, this kid might have a future?"
Yes.
Like, do you say that to him?
Yes. So we, for a long time, not that long ago, before he died, we finally made up, and he came to me, and this is, I think, one of those moments in my life that I will never forget. He said he wanted to meet me in front of the Bellagio, and I said, okay. So I go to the Bellagio to meet, safe place to meet, and it's a fight breaks out between Gallagher and Carrot Top. So I show up at the valet, and I'm waiting for Gallagher. I'm a few minutes early. I'm looking, and all of a sudden I see this guy walking up that looks like David Crosby. Now I literally said, "Oh fuck, that's Gallagher," but he looks like David. I mean, just white hair now, the white mustache, little ever. So I said, I'm waving like, "Hey," and this kid in the valet, I don't know, it's just random kids like, "Oh, dude, can I get a picture with you?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Gallagher." So I take a picture of the kid. Gallagher walks up. I said, "Okay, wait, give me one more." There's one. And then Gallagher says, "What the fuck's that?" I said, "What's what?" He says, "What's that?" And I said, What? What are you talking about? The kid with the camera. Did you hire that guy to fucking come take a picture of us? And it was so weird. I was like, what guy? He goes, the guy that we just took the picture with you. I said, I don't know who that guy is. The guy was just I don't know who he's a fan. So let me get this straight. You had me meet you here so you could have the newspaper come film us to make something out of this. And I'm like, Gallagher, look at me real quick. Gallagher, seriously, dude, what are you talking about? He says, the fucking guy with the camera. I said, let the guy with the camera go. I don't know who he is. He was a random kid that wanted a picture. Let's go have a cup of coffee now. And he's like, no, I'm not going anywhere till you tell me why you hired this guy to come take a picture of us. And I'm like, dude. Now this went on for 15 minutes. I finally calmed him down enough to say, I think you've lost your mind. I don't know the kid. Okay. I didn't hire anybody. And why would I hire the newspaper to pick a picture of us?
Yeah.
So he's like, well, whatever. He's looking for a cigarette. I don't smoke. I don't have anything. I said, can we go get a cup of coffee? And he goes, no, I'm not gonna have a cup of coffee with you. I said, okay, well then I'm gonna go. And he says, but let me just set this straight while you're here. And I said, okay, set what straight? First you stole my fucking act, and then you stole my manager. I said, I didn't take your act or your manager. No. And the fact that you took my act, I want to talk about this. And I said, I would love to talk about this. What part of your act did I take? He said, this is great. He said, you took the stupid part. You didn't take the smart part. If you were going to steal from me, why would you not steal the smart part? Why would you not take the words? Why would you not take my stand-up? Why would you take the fucking lowest common denominator with all my stupid shit? And I said, well, first of all, to set the record straight, it's my stupid shit that I came up with. It's not your stupid shit. And now that you said it, I should have stolen your words. You are, because you were a brilliant stand-up. And he's like, I'm a great fucking stand-up. And I said, you are probably one of the best stand-ups I've ever studied and watched. He said, then why'd you take the stupid shit? I said, first of all, I didn't take anything. And he was so mad, and he just, I got to go. And I said, and this is how it is, the best ending to possibly get into this. I said, okay, Gallagher.
You're still at the valet?
Yes. I said, okay, Gallagher. I'll see you again someday. And he turned around and he says, I've got this, I can't even make this up. After he said, I stole his act and I didn't take the smart shit. He says, I've got this foam, big truck, steamroller, dump truck thing that steamroller. Do you want it? And I said, what? He said, it's a big foam steam. What you bring a guy out on stage and you lay him down and you roll him over with the foam steamroller. I said, so now you're giving me this? No, this is the weirdest thing ever. He's screaming, and I mean screaming at me. And then he stops and says, you want this foam roller fucking thing? And I said, it won't, no, it won't even fit on my stage. You can, no, it folds up into this thing and it'll kill. You can have it. I said, okay, Gallagher. I never took it. I never even. So I remember leaving and I was shaking and I called my friend and said, how'd it go? I said, dude, I literally, he just screamed at me for an hour in front of people. So a month or two go by. I'm still telling people about it. Like, dude, still telling people, like, why'd you hire the guy at the camera? And then one night my manager calls me. He says, where are you? I said, I'm just pulling in now. I'll be up in 5 minutes. He says, your best friend's here. And I said, my best friend? I don't know what he means. He says, your buddy. He's here. I said, who? He says, Gallagher. I said, Gallagher's there. He says, yeah. He's been here for about an hour. And he's like yelling at everybody and taking over the whole theater. And you get up here quick.
He's driving a steamroller. Go ahead.
Yeah. Right. So I go up and he's there and he's just yelling at me again about everything. He's like, why are the trunks this here? Why are they set that way? And I said, what's that way? Your trunks. I said, well, because are you going to come to the show tonight? And he said, I don't know. I don't want to go. I said, all right, well, you're welcome to come. And he's like, no. So he yells at me about my trunks and then he leaves. And I said to my guy, he's like, halfway through the show, I glance over and he's on the side of the stage, just watching me. Just, Gallagher just standing there watching me.
Suspenders?
No, that was different. He didn't wear. He had suspenders at one point.
Did.
He did at one point. I always think Robin Williams with the suspenders.
They both did, yeah.
But his roller skates, and he was just
He screamed at Robin about stealing them. About this,
probably
he yelled at him. At
did.
The San Francisco wharf.
I bet he probably did.
Yeah, of course, he had to.
And so anyway, he's done the show, and he comes backstage, and he tells me for an hour in front of my whole crew how everything needs to be changed. The entire show, everything needs to be changed. Every joke, the trunks need to be turned this way, and you're giving. I don't know why you're doing this and why you're doing that. I said, I got it. I got it. I mean, I've got this. I don't mean I got your changes.
Yeah,
I got it, kind of. But it was also a moment that's just like, wow, my mentor's watching me and I'm giving me lessons and whatever. So 3 nights in a row, he shows up.
By the way, how's he getting in? Is he coming in the back?
He just walks in the front door of the Luxor and says, I'm here. Yeah, they don't stop him.
Right this way.
And had the same shirt on for 4 days, right? And I show up for the 4th day. And now, I've known him for so long, and he's been at the show 4 nights in a row, and now he's yelled at me 4 nights in a row. Now it's time for me to kind of be a dick to him. So I said, are you honestly going to wear the same fucking shirt 4 days in a row? Like, dude, I'll get you a shirt. And he's, I don't even know what's wrong with my shirt. I said, can I get you another shirt? So it seems like a different day. I mean, it's like you're yelling at me in the same fucking.
So I can have different memories because I don't know what you said on what day.
In the same striped shirt, right?
Cartoon outfit.
Can I be yelled at in a plaid shirt?
Is he wearing the vertical stripe?
Yes,
the Gallagher. He's wearing the Gallagher shirt.
Yes, I have
the French sailor shirt.
Yes, that's all he wears.
Fuck. You got to respect it.
No, yes, but no. So I said, I have to, in a better way to put it, I need 4 different memories of it. I need of you yelling at me in plaid. I need you yelling at me in a white t-shirt.
Yep.
Because it's all coming together as one big sailor shirt. So anyway, he says, give me a Carrot Top shirt, I'll wear it. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I give him a Carrot Top shirt. And it's unbelievable. He wears it, and the whole crew's like, and it's kind of a weird moment. Like, Gallagher's wearing a Carrot Top shirt. So I said, are you coming tomorrow night as well? He said, why? I said, I'm just curious because, I'll be ready. So I went home that night and I thought, if he does come back, I have an idea. And I thought it'd be funny. And we have I have it on film, I'll show you. So I called Danny. I says, Gallagher, he's here again. I said, fuck, perfect. I'm stopping off at Vaughn's. I'm getting a watermelon. Do we have like an old hammer at the warehouse? My warehouse is right across the street from the Luxor. And he says, well, yeah, we have like you made one years ago because it used to be a joke when I would make a joke about hitting. It was like a Gallagher reference, but it was a foam. It didn't work. I said, no, I need a real, it's got to hit a real melon. I said, I don't know if we have anything like that. I said, well, I'm going to go to the warehouse and we're going to rig something up. And so I get there and I've got the watermelon. We have a stool and I rigged this like kind of hammer up. And I said, it didn't have to hit the melon because the joke was going to be, I said, I have a great idea, Gallagher. And he says, what is it? I said, at the end of the show, he's like, I'm not going to be here at the end. I said, why? Will you be here at the end of the show? And he's like, what do you want me? I said, I'm going to make this reference and then I'm going to come back out at the end and I'm going to put a stool down on a watermelon and I'm going to go to hit it and you're going to come out and you're going to grab the hammer and you're going to hit it. And he said, first, it's just fucking stupid. And why? I don't get it. I don't get the joke. I said, the crowd is going to go ape shit when you walk out on stage and they see a watermelon. They're going to go crazy, especially that I set it up earlier. Because I used to do it 10 years ago. I'd find some random woman in the front row and I'd say, I said, I hit the watermelon at the end, in case you're wondering, because she's waiting for I'm the different guy, right? Because some lady one night said, when are you going to hit the watermelon? I said, different guy. Jesus, think I'm Gallagher. So I set it up that way.
Yeah.
I said, by the way, lady last night was sitting right where you are. She's like, when are you going to hit the watermelon? So I'm ready. And I said, at the end. And then people laugh and I said, different guy.
So that joke works recently.
No, this is about 10 years. It's all set up. It's all set up for that. No, you're right. It worked 10 years ago just as a setup. Never did it. But now that Gallagher's a foot from me and I've got the whole thing, this is going to be brilliant. And I said, do the setup. Then I come out at the end. I run off.
Does the setup work? Do you go different guy? It works. People know what you're talking about. All right, great.
And I run off and I come back out for this little thing at the end that I normally do. So when I run off, I look over and he's there. So I give him the look and he's like, and I'm like, wait. So I bring a stool out and I bring this big fucking watermelon out.
That you went to Vaughn's and bought.
Yes. So I put the watermelon on top of the stool and I go to grab the hammer Gallagher runs out. I thought he was going to take the hammer, but instead he takes the watermelon and he shoves me as hard as you can shove me. He shoves me so hard. He's so fucking mad at it. He's just angry and he's shoving me and he's got the watermelon and I'm like, oh, and I almost fall and I have this like hammer.
What's the crowd doing?
They're going crazy. They're going nuts. And then and I walk out and I said, fucking Gallagher, and they went crazy. And at the end, people were like, what was that really Gallagher? And it was great. So at the end, I said, oh my God, I go to give him a hug. I said, that was the most, dude, did you see that? It was great. I have videos to show you. And he's like, I still don't fucking get it. I said, it just killed. You just lived it. You just lived the moment. It was, did you hear the crowd? I still don't understand what's the purpose. What was it for, though? I said, it's for us. It's not for anything. Oh, it's going to be like social. I said, I'm not going to even put it on social media. I just want to do it for fun. We're having fun. This will be a moment you cannot. And if you want to share it, I can put it on thing. People will think it's funny, but if you don't want to put it on anything, I won't share it with anybody. And he's like, it's not funny even to share. I said, Gallagher, it's brilliant. So he came back, told me never to show it. And yelled at me again, and then I think he took the Carrot Top shirt home with him. Still wearing a Carrot Top shirt somewhere.
Did you? Well, the thing I want to say that you didn't realize.
I'll show you the video.
I can't wait to see it. That you didn't realize till now, Carrot Top, is that many of our peers are fucking out of their minds.
Yeah. Well, I know now.
Yeah. Now you know. All right, well, here's a question. Did he have any good ideas when he was yelling at you?
No.
Okay, so none of them was good.
I would have loved it if he did. Trust me. I love it. I love when people tell me a good idea. I love it. I don't know if you like that or not, but I love it.
I fucking, because no one helps. Not no one, but very few people like, and I feel like I try to help everybody. Right. So it's a great way for me to feel sorry for myself.
Right. Yes.
And what did you take from it? Just like, people are weird and life is uneven and things are not circular. Sometimes you have a mentor and then he's jealous and then he's still jealous and then he dies.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, because it was like that moment that would have been a cool, but it was just crazy. It wasn't like I think he, there's some moments where I think he really admired me and liked me because he was like, he would want to help me, or try to whatever. But it was sad that, he was just not nice to anybody back. I remember my girlfriend had come in at the time and she walked backstage the same night that went on. And he said, who are you? And she said, what? Who are you? She says, oh, I'm Scott's girlfriend. He says, you're not his girlfriend. You're the next fuck. And it was just in front of everybody and in front of
it's just I don't need anyone else.
Her girlfriend, my crew, a couple other friends back there, my cousin, was there, and it was funny if you're with a bunch of comics. Maybe, listen, baby, you're not his girlfriend. You're just the next fuck. Because she doesn't understand this. She's not in the comedy world. Well, she's not in the comedy world. She dates Carrot Top. She's not in the comedy world. But you know what I mean? It's like
furthest thing from it.
If you're in if you were with a bunch of comics in a club, it would be hilarious.
Kind of, yeah.
But it was just the setting. And
it would still hurt her feelings. She'd pretend it didn't for an hour.
But it was not even that. It was like, you just go, dude, come on. And then he would argue the fact that, you do know that though, right? And he just didn't leave it there. Like, he doesn't just fuck you. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
You've already made your joke. Yeah. It was like that.
Like a bitter guy. It was too much. It went on
uncomfortable to really uncomfortable to kind of like, okay, you have to go.
Yeah, that's it.
So it was just sad,
Hey, did you like that? Did you like that? Yeah, did you like it though? You want more? Don't want to work? Would rather watch videos of me grab-assing with people? First of all, go up here to subscribe, and then go up here to watch more clips. This is like when the weatherman says that there's a high pressure system coming in. I'm not really used to the green screen.